Welcome back. Welcome back to Young Trip Reactions. Yeah.
Insane. Absolutely insane. Such a damn shame.
You're watching Young Trip Reactions, the show where rapper Young Trip reacts to the latest videos on crime, drama, news, and so much more. Get ready, because the show's about to start. Let's go.
Bottoms up.
Peace.
Welcome back to Young Trip Reactions. The first video we're going to do is George Zimmerman is now homeless after, as we know, him unaliving Trayvon Martin. And we know how that case turned out. But now he's homeless after walking around, waving the weapon, selling all the evidence after it was found that it was okay for him to do what he did. I know my uncle is going to be happy to see an update on this because he's always wondering, what's up with the Trayvon case, and always talking about Ferguson and all that stuff. So I know he'll enjoy this. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. If you have any videos that you run across that you want to hear me react to on the channel, post it in my community tab or send it to me through my professional FB or my professional Instagram. Also, make sure you come follow me on my professional FB and on my professional Instagram as well, too. If you have any situations involving police misconduct, injustice, violations of civil rights involving you, a friend, or a loved one, send that to me through my professional FB or my professional Instagram as well, too. Let me know if there's civil rights attorneys involved, similar to Ben Crump or Ben Crump himself. Let me know if your loved one, if it does involve a friend or a relative, let me know if they are still with us or if the police, did the unthinkable. If they are still here, see if they want to come on to the platform and tell their side of the story, and then I'll also pull what is public from the case. Or if they want you to come on and tell for them and give their side of the story for them, that's fine too. Or if you guys just want to give me the information and then I put it out there with the public information, that works as well too. Make sure you come follow me on my professional FB and my professional Instagram as well too, because I post over there as well too. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. And let's get into this. My homie, Willie D. Live.
Willie D. Live.
What's up, family? Bad news. George Zimmerman, the neighborhood watchman who shot and killed 17-year-old Trayvon Martin back in 2012, is not doing well. Family, he's homeless. He's suffering mentally. He said he cannot find peace after shooting and killing Trayvon Martin.
I'm so glad. I look at this a whole bunch of different ways, right? If he was just a average, everyday person who just, experienced homelessness, I know a bit what that's like. But if he was an everyday person, right, who, just had this happen to him, then, obviously I would say prayers go out to him and all that. But in his case, you unalive somebody more likely because of the color of their skin, with you being a neighborhood watch, assuming that he wasn't supposed to be in the neighborhood. Then after you unalived him, you got off. That still wasn't enough. You bragged about unaliving him. You showed the weapon to people and tried to sell it, or did sell it, to other racist people. And that's where we start to get into not having really much sympathy for you, because you unalived somebody because of the color of their skin and got away with it. Then that wasn't even enough. You sold the weapon and bragged about the weapon and showed it to people, because after the case was over, I guess they just gave you back all the evidence. And so then you sold the evidence, bragged about the evidence, and now you ain't even at peace anymore, because now it's bothering you that you unalived him. And now you homeless, depressed, and a whole bunch of other things now. What happened to all that energy where you were so happy to sell the weapon and brag about being a racist, basically? What happened to all that? Like I said, I have an uncle that what he did, what George Zimmerman did, really, bothered him. That to this point, to this day, he still talks about the case with me. He'll say, well, what about the case out in Ferguson? Like, he really wanted to see George Zimmerman be prosecuted. Because he just really believed that was wrong, and that really touched him. Obviously, I believe it's wrong too, but the case that really touched me is obviously the George Floyd case, as we know. People have heard me talk about that here on my channel a lot. Everybody has their case. I know people where Rodney King's case, even though he survived, is very touching to them, where it's like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. So everybody has their case, because this stuff just won't stop. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. Let's continue.
After shooting and killing Trayvon Martin, all I can say, fam, in times like these is let us pray. Let us pray. Yeah, fam, this is not good. This is not good. I don't know where to start. George Zimmerman was, he was just doing his job. He was just, just out there, trying to keep the neighborhood safe. When he saw this young, innocent 17-year-old black boy walking, and he decided to confront him. He called 911, and he told them that he was following him, and they told him, don't do that. We don't need you, repeated, we don't need you to do that. And George followed him anyway, and confronted him, and put his hands on him, and Trayvon defended himself, and when George couldn't win the fight, he pulled out a gun, like cowards do. Let me tell you something, fam.
Yeah. Straight up like a coward, like Willie said. It's so funny to see Willie when he's pretending to pray for somebody that that he doesn't really want to pray for or don't pray for because he knows that they just obviously a horrible person. I just wish that y'all could see it, but I'll have my cover art over the top, but where he just bows his head. You know, he'll pretend prayers go out to them. God help them and steer them in the right direction and get them from being so ungodly and things. And then he'll just stop and go, no, 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 no. They was horrible and this and that. And he'll stop praying and all. It's crazy, yo. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. Let's continue. Willie better stop playing around about praying, though.
A gun, like cowards do. Let me tell you something, fam, straight up. I feel nothing. I wish that I could watch him suffer. Oh man, well, I'd be tuned in every day like a television show. I'd be tuned in like it's a sitcom. Yeah.
I know he would, I would. I'm sure, of course, my uncle, like I said, this case really touched him. I know he would too. Sit there and watch it like a sitcom. Let's continue.
Yeah, man, same time. Oh man, well, I'd be tuned in every day like a television show. I'd be tuned in like it's a sitcom. Yeah, man, same time, every day. Just, in fact, you ain't gotta even tell me a specific time. I'll adjust. It can come on one day at a certain time, then the next day, it'd be hours later, I'd just be still watching, just checking back. I'll be checking back, I'll find it. Let that chump suffer. First of all, I don't believe it, because in the immediate aftermath of him being acquitted and having that old guilty smirk on his face, that bum was out signing people's Skittle packages. Well, and I hesitate to say people because you have to be an uncivilized mutt to go out of your way to purchase Skittle bags, bags of Skittles and what do you call it, iced tea, which is what Trayvon Martin had in his bag.
Advertisement, y'all.
After they bags of Skittles and what do you call it, iced tea, which is what Trayvon Martin had in his bag after he murdered him. They discovered that he had an iced tea and some Skittles in his bag.
And that's a shame that you would go and buy iced tea and a bag of Skittles and have people put their signature on them. Like Willie said, a true uncivilized mutt. I just had an uncivilized mutt this morning comment on my video of Nolan Wells, of the man mocking Nolan Wells. And he commented that y'all a bunch of dumb ASSs that don't know how to swim. I'm thinking to myself, you ain't talking to me because I know how. You can say whatever you want to say. And obviously Nolan knew how to swim too. Ain't no telling what really happened to him. But these uncivilized mutts, this is what they do. This is what they do. Just like how he got people to put their signatures on a bag of Skittles and tea. What? Because that's what Trayvon Martin had. And now all of a sudden he depressed now. Let's continue.
So you had these after he murdered him, they discovered that he had an iced tea and some Skittles in his bag. So you had these uncivilized mutts going out buying iced tea and Skittles and having him to sign them and paying them. They were paying him. Do you know how demented you have to be to do something like that? And look, fam, that's not even the worst of the worst, because we've seen people like them do far worse. like stuff that's just unconscionable. Like, man. So, let me tell you how I know for a fact, personally, that George Zimmerman is a coward. What year was that? I think it would have been around maybe 2017, something like that, 18. George Zimmerman called out DMX. He wanted to box DMX. DMX didn't even respond to him, but I did. I had my lawyer to call his lawyer and told him that I wanted to fight him. His lawyer was like, yeah, we'll get back to you. But they never did, because he knew I was going to wax that ass. Oh, man. Ooh, I wanted that fight, family. I wanted that fight badly. I was going to do that for all of the ancestors. Every punch I threw, every punch would have had the good ship Jesus tatted on it. You know, every thought, bodies being dumped overboard into the water. Every baby that's ever been stomped out of their mama's belly and fed to alligators. For every person that was raped and lynched. That's what I had on my mind, fam. I would have destroyed his ass. I wanted that fight.
I remember when he was talking about that on his channel, about him wanting to do the fight with, George Zimmerman. I remember him talking about it. Let's continue.
That was raped and lynched. That's what I had on my mind, fam. I would have destroyed his ass. I wanted that fight bad. Oh yeah, man. But that sucker didn't want no parts of me. He wanted to fight DMX because he knew that DMX was on drugs. And what did I tell y'all, fam? They only strike when they have a clear-cut advantage. Size, weaponry, or numbers. He knew for a fact. They did their homework. They knew what I was going to do to him. They knew what I was going to do to him, and they didn't want no parts of that. Oh, I wanted him bad, man. Oh, I was going to do it for the culture. Ooh, man. I was going to do it for the culture. I was going to do it for the gram. I was going to do it for YouTube. Yeah, man. Oh, man, I was going to do it for anybody who ever been violated. Yeah, I was going to destroy it. Boy, but that sucker wouldn't take the bait. I thought maybe he might want to take the bait because he figured like I was up in age, and so, maybe that would be an opportunity for him to take advantage. But he don't know. I'm a different type of up in age. Yeah. I'm a eat healthy, vitamin, exercise, and up in age dude. Right? Sharp, no drugs. You see what I'm saying? I'm that type of up in age. I would have took, man, come on, fam. But anyway, this coward started a fight with a baby and couldn't win the fight, so he pulled out a gun and he shot her. And then you had a group of uncivilized mutts, I would dare say a jury of his peers, acquitted him on all charges. And he walked out of that door a free man. And these are the type of incidents that the other uncivilized mutts see. And it emboldens them to do the same. That's why they gave to his fund. They gave that money because they want to make sure that if they ever find themselves in that same situation where they kill a black person, they want to make sure they get some easy money. They want to make sure. So this is why they look out for each other. We got
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. That's why people donated to his fund so they can get looked after for themselves if they end up in a situation too. And so then they can go and say, well, I looked out for George Zimmerman, so somebody should look out for me. Let's continue.
start doing the same thing. When they kill a black person, they want to make sure they get some easy money. They want to make sure. So this is why they look out for each other. We got to start doing the same thing, fam. When one of ours to handle their business and they get charged, we got to make sure we right there to make sure that at the very least they're taken care of financially. Yeah. These clowns are so good at what they do. I do believe that some of them go out of their way to harm people just so they can get some type of GoFundMe.
Oh, absolutely. Willie is definitely not lying. There are people out there that will, they just want to be the next George Zimmerman. They, want to be the next Derek Chauvin or the next Kim Potter or the next whoever. They even go and apply to be police officers just so they can be the next Kim Potter or the next Derek Chauvin or whoever else you want to compare it to. Absolutely. Let's continue. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification and join the Young Trip family. Let's continue.
Yeah. A way to harm people just so they can get some type of GoFundMe. Yeah. And they're gullible, the ones that donate, they're really gullible. All they need to do is think that somehow, some way, you are contributing to the divide, you are contributing to this so-called superiority complex, and man, here they go, sending their money over. That's how that go. Same thing with the chick with Cinnabon, the uncivilized mutt. She looked like an animal. That uncivilized mutt was salivating when she was cussing out those Haitian people. I feel nothing for George Zimmerman.
Why did Amazon send me $20,000?
Advertisement, yeah.
Because I use Amazon AI. I'm going to show you a way to potentially make money by pairing Amazon with the...
At least this mutt, I feel nothing for George Zimmerman. At least this mutt gets to wake up and have another chance and a choice. Yeah, I feel nothing for him at all. And I feel nothing for the people who support him. All of y'all are uncivilized mutts, especially the ones who donated. Because we know you know what he did was wrong. But in your mind, it was right because it makes you think that as long as black people are taking losses, as long as black people are dying some kind of way, that's an extension for your life. This mutt says he can't find peace after killing a kid. The irony is, neither can Trayvon's mother and father. Yeah. I like what's...
And that's true too. He can't find peace after killing Trayvon Martin. His parents can't find peace because their son was unalived at 17, didn't get a chance to get married, didn't get a chance to date successfully, didn't get a chance to have no children, none of that. Maybe he had a girlfriend, so maybe he did date, but it didn't really go as far as it should have went. He didn't have no kids. He didn't do nothing except go to school and be a 17-year-old. He only made it to 17 years of life. So you can't find peace. Well, his parents can't find peace either. Let's continue.
Going on with him. Neither can Trayvon's mother and father. Yeah. I like what's going on with him. Some people call it karma. I don't really believe in karma because if karma was really, really, really a real thing, there'd be a whole lot of people under the ground. I mean, just think what has gone on over centuries and how many of those people that was involved directly lived to tell the story and died old. Yeah, I don't believe in that. I believe in retribution. I believe in consequences. And I don't believe in justice after death. I think justice should happen while you're living so you can feel the consequences of your actions. You need to feel it. Not die and people go like, yeah, that's his karma. Yeah, that's her karma. Nah, man, nah. You need to feel it. Emmett Till's killer, the woman, I call her the killer because it was her lie that set the wheels in motion for her uncivilized but husband and brother to gather a mob and drag Emmett out of his cousin's or his uncle's house and hang him up on a tree. So, yeah, that uncivilized mutt lived to be, what, 85, 86 or something like that. She, on her deathbed, she finally confessed that she lied. So she gets to die almost painlessly. She's in the hospital. You know, they probably just hit her with some morphine or something like that, and she faded away. That ain't karma. And I don't really hear nothing about her soul being tortured and all that stuff. I mean, she needs to be tortured while she's alive, when she can feel it. Well, she can feel it. I'm not so sure about all of that. I can go by what I know. I want to see it. I want justice. Hell, what are the courts for if you can't get justice? What are the courts for? That's what the courts are for. I need to see the justice in the courtroom. I need to see the justice on the streets. One or the other.
I mean, I get what Willie's saying too, but you know, there is, you know, justice after death as well too. People have talked about it. People have had their own experiences with it. So I mean, but I get what Willie's saying too. You want to be able to see it here earthly, and God says that you can't see everything earthly all the time. Let's continue.
I'll be sitting around. I need to see the justice in the courtroom. I need to see the justice on the streets. One or the other. I'll be sitting around waiting on no karma, waiting on some divine intervention. Nah, man. But hey, if he gotta suffer, you know, let him suffer any way possible. You know, like if he's got to live, let him live like this. I'll take that. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, Twice
Advertisement,
Yearly Prep is here. One office visit every 6 months, 2 times a year for age.
I mean, I'm mostly like with Willie. You know, hey, he's suffering now, as he say. We don't know, but that's what he say. Okay. You know, you unalived a 17-year-old, you know, young boy growing into a young man. He didn't even make it to 18 years. And because you thought that he wasn't supposed to be in the neighborhood, and then you know, shot him down, and now you feeling some type of way. Keep feeling that way, because you should have never did it. The police said don't pursue him, and you still pursued him, and you got off of it, and because everybody acquitted you because you look just like them. And well, it is what it is. Let me know what y'all think. I'll have the original video pinned at the top of the chat and in a link in the description, along with my social media links. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. If you have any videos that you run across that you want to hear me react to on the channel, post it in my community tab or send it to me through my professional FB or my professional Instagram. Also, make sure you come follow me on my professional FB and my professional Instagram as well too. Like I said, the links to that will be at the top of the chat, along with the original video, and in a link in the description, along with the original video. If you have any situations involving police misconduct, injustice, violations of civil rights involving you, a friend, or a loved one, send that to me through direct message on my professional FB or my professional Instagram as well too. Let me know about the civil rights attorneys that are involved, similar to Ben Crump or Ben Crump himself. Let me know what's going on with the case. Let me know if you want to come on and speak for your family member or friend, or if they want to come on and speak for themselves, or if you just want to give me the information, and I'll put the information out there that you want out there and pull the public information as well too. Let me know about the activists that are involved so I can join them in the fight for justice for you and your family. Let me know if your loved one is still here, and hopefully that the police did not unalive them, for if they do want to come on and talk, or otherwise, if they're no longer here or not in a situation where they can come on and talk, again, you can come on and talk for them. Again, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family, and come follow me on my social media accounts as well too. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. I love to see him suffer, since that's what he got going on. Since he wanted to unalive people because of the color of their skin walking through their neighborhood. Peace.